Hey, thanks for tuning in. In this video, I'm going to talk about, do you sacrifice? A question that frequently comes up in reference to following the commands of the law, the written Torah, is, what about the sacrifices? What are you doing about them because they are a part of the law? And this is true. It is a legitimate question because the commands do contain sacrifices. The law gives commandments and requirements about sacrificial rituals. And the commands are not just to go sacrifice. There are very specific rituals that are commanded and specific ways that these sacrifices are to be done. So if it is the case that we are seeking to follow the law, and we are seeking to follow the commands regarding the sacrifices in the law, then it only makes sense that we would give those commands consideration. If we're going to do a sacrifice because we're doing it according to the way the law commands, it only makes sense to do it the way the law commands. There would be no point in doing it in violating the commands in the process. So we need to give consideration to what the commands say about the sacrifices. For example, in Deuteronomy 12, 13 through 14, it says, "Be guarding to you, lest you shall bring up your burnt offerings in any place which you shall see." So we are to guard ourselves so that we do not just go and bring up our burnt offerings anywhere we see fit. Instead, it says, "But only in place which Yahuwah shall choose in one of your tribes, there you shall bring up your burnt offerings." According to Deuteronomy 12, one of the laws regarding sacrifices in the land is that they are done only in the place which he is choosing. And Leviticus 17, 8 through 9 offers a similar command. "Man from house of Israel and from the sojourner, which shall bring up burnt offering or sacrifice, and to opening of tent of meeting he shall not bring it, to do it to Yahuwah, and that man shall be cut from his peoples." If we are not following the commands regarding how the sacrifices are to be done, then we're not really doing the sacrifices according to the law. And we can see here that these sacrifices are to be brought to opening of tent of meeting. There must be the tent of meeting. And if that is not being done, punishment is resulting. So obviously this is an important command regarding the sacrifices. And if we look to specific offerings and the specific ritual associated with those, we can see similar wordings presented, such as with Leviticus 3:2. Many of the offerings specify where it is to be done, and they also specify that the priests are involved. Sacrifices are a part of the law, and part of these sacrificial rituals are specific commands about how they are to be done. Many of the rituals specify the kind of animal involved, the age of the animal, whether the animal is male or female, and also they frequently tell us where it is to be done and who is involved with the sacrifice. And these include the issue of the tabernacle, the tent of meeting, and the issue of the priesthood of Aaron and the Levites. So we must take all of these commands into consideration, because it says in Deuteronomy 12:32, "All of the word which I am commanding you, it you shall guard to do. You shall not cause to add on it, and you shall not diminish from it." So the sacrifices are still a part of the law. And in addition to this, the priesthood is still a part of the law. as in Deuteronomy 18, 1 and 5. Priests, the Levites, in him Yahuwah, your Elohim, chose from all of your tribes to stand to minister in name of Yahuwah, he and his sons all of the days. Even though the priesthood is not established and operating at the tabernacle, the tent of meeting, today, they are still chosen to be the ministers of Elohim. They are chosen for all of the days. When the restoration of Israel takes place, and the blessings of the law are upon Israel, part of the blessing, according to Leviticus 26:11, is, "And I shall give my tabernacle in your midst." Part of the blessing of the law is the tabernacle, the tent of meeting. The priesthood is still chosen, and the tent of meeting, the tabernacle, will be given in the midst of Israel. These two elements are an explicit part of many of the sacrificial rituals. The Levitical priesthood, the sons of Aaron, and the tabernacle, the tent of meeting. In their absence, we cannot perform those rituals according to the way that the law commands them. However, when they return, the sacrifices will resume. Thanks for watching. Feel free to check out some of my other videos on other Torah issues, and be sure that you stay in touch so we can continue this discussion. Thanks for watching. Remember the commands. Shalom.